Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am gonna be talking about a very special game for me called MotorStorm for the PS3. This game was released in 2006. It was made by Evolution Studios, which is now defunct, sadly. Just a little bit backstory for MotorStorm. This is one of the PS3 launch titles, and it's honestly like, I'm not a huge racing game fan, but this game made me want to play more racing games. So you can just tell by this fact alone that this is a very special game. I remember when I got my PS3, I got the demo for MotorStorm and I had a blast playing it over and over and over again until I actually bought the game itself. So today we're gonna be talking about MotorStorm, the complete edition. I don't know if you can see it. It's something like this. I don't know, maybe I should do a B-roll on it.
In this ageless valley, a new breed of warrior has been born.
So, to start things off, we're gonna talk about the story. As a racing game, this game doesn't really have that much of a story. It's not that expensive, it's not that big, but the setting of the game is established actually pretty well. So what is the story all about? The story in MotorStorm is basically you are a driver, a participant in the MotorStorm festival that is being created, and that's pretty much it. It's nothing more complicated than that. Most of your progression is actually made by getting tickets, which you can win by actually racing a lot. So you get more tickets if you're better at the races. If you get first place, you get more points that lend you more tickets, and so on and so forth. So basically your goal in the game is to complete all the 21 tickets with like all the races and everything, and the goal is that you have to be in first place. At least that's what I get from it. So now for the story, I can straight up tell you, even in the complete edition, the only cutscene that exists is the intro pretty much. There is no introduction, there are no character developments, nothing like that. This is a straight up kind of like an arcade racer type of game. So yeah, the story is weirdly enough like it works, but it doesn't really give you anything to grab on if you're in for a story-based racing game. So yeah, if you are here to play a story-based racing game, you are not gonna get that. And if you're disappointed by this, well, it is what it is. So yeah, let's dive into the next section, which is the gameplay. So the gameplay of MotorStorm is, well, it's a racing game. So you're gonna do a lot of racing. You have a lot of different classes that you can choose from, but the catch is that you can actually choose from the different classes only at certain points, at certain tickets, and you don't necessarily have any free mode whatsoever. The only thing that I would call a free mode is the time trial mode, where you can actually choose any vehicle on any map. But if you're playing through the story mode, you don't really get the freedom to choose whichever vehicle you would like to choose if it's not meant to be. So you have specific tickets that let you choose any type of category of cars, vehicles, whatever. But most of the maps in the game are basically the game forcing you to play with a certain vehicle, and that's kind of the replay value that you get from the game. As for the racing, I would actually say that the racing itself is really good. Like, this game is honestly so good. I can easily say that I would go back and play it again just for the racing physics alone. I just love the gritty nature of it. Like, most of the maps that you race on are very muddy. You would see the dirt like sticking to your vehicle. You might start with the absolutely clean vehicle, and by the end of the lap, well, not even halfway through the lap, your vehicle will be just covered in mud. It will be just so dirty, so gritty, and I just love the like not too extreme over the top racing. It also has a sense of realism. Like for example, most of the vehicles actually feel very heavy, especially like the racing trucks. They feel very heavy as vehicles. The only vehicles that feel light are pretty much the bikes and the ATVs, which just get obliterated very easy. So if you play with them, I would advise you to just step away from the other vehicles because you will get annihilated almost every time. Honestly, my favorite type of vehicle was playing with the racing truck, which is not only a very fast one, it's also kind of a powerhouse. I think it's the best muscle car that is also pretty fast for races. Because I talk about the racing and you choosing the vehicles, there's one thing that really bothers me about the gameplay, and that's the AI of the other racers. These can come across as pretty unfair sometimes. They usually like ride in packs, which is kind of a weird choice to have like all the racers ride in packs all the time. Wow, holy shit. If you go too far, they will reach you. And if you go too slow, you will reach them. So I think the game was programmed just so you can always be like neck to neck with the other racers. And that's kind of a thing that bothers me because it can sometimes feel a little bit unfair. Like some of the races, I have to be honest, I did beat just by a slight margin. Like there was this one race, I was racing as a bike, I was going through everyone, like I was so fast, but it doesn't matter how fast I went, they always managed to catch up to me. Most of the times I was resorting to actually blowing up my vehicle for the finish line, which is a thing you can do in this game, and I've got quite a few finishes that were very slightly ahead just because I could blow up my car and launch myself most of the time. But yeah, the AI is honestly sometimes so bad and it's so cheesy, it's so crazy difficult that it just makes you want to quit the game essentially. It's not a very easy game, especially for me. I'm not your typical racing game fan, so for me it was quite difficult to actually get a grip sometimes because sometimes the racers were just way too not only aggressive but also really fucking good with taking turns, and just the AI is crazy good. That's what I'm trying to tell. So you might have some maps that there's a difficulty spike all of a sudden, and then the next map might be one of the easiest that you ever play. And I would actually like to say that the very final map that I played, I actually did it like first try, and the freaking map was not difficult at all. But 2 tickets earlier, I was having so much difficulty that I was probably playing for 1 hour only this one race just so I can beat it. Like, it's insane how unstable the difficulty curve in the game is. So yeah, this is kind of an annoyance in my opinion. Why am I even complaining about a game that was released in 2006, bro? God damn it. Okay, let's move on to the next section. What is up next? Visuals. The visuals in the game Honestly, I think it looks really good. Even for a 2006 game, I still think that it still holds up. The vehicles look very realistic. The drivers are reacting pretty fun to certain situations. Some of the physics might have dated a little bit worse, like especially the bike physics. The bike and the ATV are some of the trickiest vehicles that you can use because of their physics. They kind of bounce around too much in my opinion. Most of the other cars are just fantastic. I love the mud. The mud in the game is done very well. It's not only slippery, it's also like sticking to your vehicle. It makes everything look so gritty that sometimes the races are just so intense just because of the visuals alone. I also think that most of the effects are very well made. As I said, for a PS3 game, this game looks very good, and also the whole atmosphere of the game is really good. And when I talk about the atmosphere, that brings me to the music. The music in the game is honestly banger after banger. Every single track in this game is so pumping up. Like, I think I can listen to every single track separately and still get like pumped up. Like, I can go to fitness with this music. It's so good, so fantastic. And using Slam for your theme song, oh my god, this is so good. I just love it. Now, if I play any of that music to you guys, I'm gonna get like obliterated by copyright. But I gotta be honest, the music is really good. And not only the music, the sound effects, the vehicles, the gritty nature of it, and every time you use the boost, it feels so realistic, and yet so it kind of feels like it's not super over the top arcade style, but it's like a blockbuster realistic type of style, which I don't think that many racing games did pull off, and that's probably why I gravitate mostly towards this one. So yeah, overall the music is just fantastic. 10 out of 10, amazing stuff. You're not gonna be disappointed by it by any chance. Okay, so about the game mode, after you finish the story mode in the game, which is essentially the tickets, that's what I'm calling the story mode. When you finish the tickets in the story mode, you will get the chance to play time trial. And during this time trial, you can choose any vehicle on any map. Now, about the main game mode, that is the single player story festival mode, whatever you want to call it, I would say the biggest downfall of that is that you have only 8 maps. That's it. You have only 8 maps, but you have 21 tickets, and every ticket out of these 21 can have up to 4 races per ticket. So it comes across as, oh, we have only 8 maps, so we're gonna change the day setting. Like, it might be night, it might be a day. We're gonna have like these different types of weather stuff just so we can make some kind of variety. I really think that this game could have benefited from having a lot more maps, because only 8 maps is honestly not enough. Not enough for a racer, especially if you have like 21 tickets for 8 maps. Even if every ticket had 1 map, it would still be kind of like repeating itself. But just sometimes it's absurd how many times you have to play through the same maps over and over again. So I think that's the biggest downside of the game in general. But I was talking about game modes, so I will continue with that. After you complete the story mode, which story mode doesn't have a split screen. The game in general doesn't have any type of split screen or a 2-player mode. After you finish the single player, you can play online. Well, not anymore because the online doesn't work. And yeah, if you have any other way of having some access to another server, maybe then you will be able to play online, but currently online isn't available. We barely even get any PS Store updates. So yeah, I mean, like, the other game mode that you have is recreation, in which you can either continue with playing the time trials with every vehicle, which is just like you going around and, you know, trying to clear as fast as you can, which is a basic time trial mode. Or you can continue playing with the DLC maps if you have the complete edition. The DLC maps I honestly really enjoyed. The additional content, in my opinion, is pretty good. It's not that long, you can breeze through it very quickly, but the final race is definitely something so hard. I barely could even beat it. I think I was playing on it for like 2 hours just on that single map. It was just so freaking hard. To be honest, this is the only thing that really makes me not want to play the game again, because that race was so difficult, and having to go back and having to beat that one again, bro, this will be a very hard pill to swallow. So yeah, but other than that, you don't really have much of game variety or game modes. You have mostly only the races, and you have only one race that is different, and that is a race with one vehicle in which if you crash, you lose instantly. That's the thing that you have as a, you know, as an objective. Don't crash during the whole race, which is like a very long race, and you're playing with a freaking bike. So yeah, that's a hard one to do, but not unbelievably hard. Anyways, overall, I really enjoyed MotorStorm more than I can even like express myself. I really love the physics of the cars, really love the racing, really love the sound effects and music, everything. The atmosphere itself was very, very good. The only downfall that I would say is the merciless AI by the freaking game itself. And also the other minor inconvenience is that the story mode is basically nothing. There is no story mode. If you don't like the racing in this game, you will most certainly not like the game at all. But if you have the time to play it, I would actually recommend it. If you would like to believe, this game is just a very interesting experience. Now, I wouldn't really recommend playing through the whole game and beating every level if you don't have that as a task to do, but having to play the game itself just for a while, I think you would have a very good understanding on what MotorStorm is. Oh, what score would I give this game? Okay, just because there is not much of a story mode in this game and the freaking difficulty spike and the crazy AI, I'm gonna give this game a 7 out of 10. I think it's a very good game. It's a very good showpiece for the PS3. It's a very good looking, very well thought out game, but the amount of content, I don't really think it's enough to kind of hold the whole game together, and that's why I give it a lower score of 7 out of 10. I'm sorry if you're a big fan of this game. I honestly give you the, I don't know, twisted seal of approval. Is that a thing? I can give it that. Like, I can recommend this game. I can recommend it to anyone, and I have actually had friends come over and I let them play this game, and they also have the same thoughts. Like, they really like the racing, the gritty nature of the game, the maps that you can like fall off of. Most people don't like them. I can tell you that much, but I was okay with that. And overall, like, I would have loved having more variety in the game. That's my only issue with the game, honestly, that you don't really have much variety. As much as I love the racing, there is just so much. I can race on the same freaking map over and over and over again until I get bored of it. By the end of the game, by the time I finished with the game and all the modes and all of the maps, I was pretty much burnt out. Honestly, like, I really wanted to be like, oh yeah, I finished it, so now I want to play it again straight up. Nah, there is nothing like that here. Like, I felt by the time I finished this game, I felt like I finished it, like I'm done with it. I couldn't even like play it for my second channel, which I usually play games on, so that can tell you a lot on how burnt out you can feel by the end of this game. I think that's all I can say about it. So yeah, MotorStorm. Wait, I forgot to mention, most of the maps in the game are actually very sophisticated and very fun to play around in. So that's another thing that really brings a lot to the table of the game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. If you like the video, press like, subscribe, and peace. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao guys. See ya.